Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's panel session. I am Winnie Chow, the moderator for today's
Recording
session.
in progress.
I'm currently acting as the Vice President of Women's Federation of World Peace Taiwan, and I'm pleased to announce the commencement of this panel session on the topic of Education Empowers the Evolution of Mankind. It is with great honor and privilege to have our panel speakers with us today. So as I introduce you, could you please kindly greet the attendees? First, I would like to introduce President Moriko Hori. Next, I would like to introduce Professor TAIWAN. Great. And Ms. Caroline Chu.
Hello, I'm Caroline. Nice to meet you.
Caroline Cho, I apologize.
It's okay.
And last but not least, Professor Wang Lirong Lillian. Great. Today, I would like to introduce Women Federation of World Peace. And this is an organization which is founded to promote women as an essential key player in creating a peaceful global society. The Women Federation for World Peace, short in WFWP, is an international organization in general consultative status of ECO-SOC at UNIN since 1997. And it was founded in 1992 in the Republic of Korea and quickly expanded to over 100 countries. WFWPI aims to create an environment of peace and well-being for future generations and people of all races, cultures, and religious creeds. Next, I would like to move on to introduce WFP Japan. It is not the only longest organization within WFWP development history, but also has done many solid jobs on international volunteering services in education empowerment. In 1994, WFWP Japan had trained 1,600 female volunteers to serve over 160 countries, including 10 Japanese volunteers were in Taiwan for over a year for their volunteering service, and we thank them for that. And for WFWP Taiwan, it was registered under the Ministry of Interior on December 21st, 1992, which marks our 30th anniversary this year. And we're very, very happy to be celebrating our 30 years strong. And we have been honored with many awards by Ministry of Interior for our excellence as an excellent national social organization. We were also honored by the Department of Health by the Executive Yuan for promoting AIDS prevention campaign with the Excellence Award. And last but not least, we were appointed by the Taipei City Library to be a co-organizer for lifelong learning. So there are many things that we do within in different countries, but we as a whole under WFWPI, we try our best to connect and to service our community and also to reach out to the international community and to work together as a global citizen. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first speaker, President Moriko Hori. She's the Vice President for World Federation for World Peace International and the president of WFWP Japan. She will share with us what good work they have been implementing internationally and in Japan. Without further ado, let us welcome President Hori. President Hori, the floor is yours.
Hello, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Chow, for a kind introduction. Hello, everyone. My name is Moriko Hori. Today, I would like to talk about Women's Federation's educational projects. Let me share my PowerPoint first. Let me see. There you go. Can you see okay? Great. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Sorry. Okay, this is the table of contents. First, I would like to talk about the projects of WFWP International. Then I am going to introduce projects of WFWP Japan. Then within our project, I'm gonna introduce some of our activities, overseas activities and domestic activities. Okay. Actually, every year, WFWP International determine global themes. All chapters follow this global theme and plan their local project according to these themes. The first one is peace and reconciliation. The second one is environment and climate change. The third one is women's leadership and education. As a UN NGO, WFWP International is working toward a goal of achieving SDGs. WFWP International's education strategies are following: traditional ongoing education, the second, ad hoc education. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, education methods and needs are depending on the situation. The third one is future, foresight, and research. Rethinking education for the future, foresight, and research. During the COVID-19 pandemic, WFWP International implemented a special educational program, healing and mental health sessions to train instructors. The instructors trained by WFWP International use their skills to heal and educate many women and girls. We also have various lecture series about UN-related issues, Global Women's Peace Network. It brings leaders, organizations, and governments to solve pressing social issues and secure an environment for equitable human development. We also have seminars for young professionals and capacity building seminars. Now, let me introduce our educational projects of WFWP Japan. Before I get into details, I would like to show you UNICEF report on the situation of children in developing countries. Education is the basic human rights, and quality education is essential for development and affluent lives of individuals and society as a whole. However, more than 500,000 children are out of school. If children become an adult without being able to receive education satisfactorily, they will not be able to get out of poverty easily because they will not learn how to earn incomes. So these are just some statistics about children, the education situation of children in mostly developing countries. So in order to better the educational situation of children in developing countries, WFWP Japan has tackled to conduct many educational projects. There are 5 categories of projects. The first one is AIDS prevention education. The second one is empowering women. The third one is construction and managing school. It includes also the foster parents programs and scholarship programs too. The fourth one is character education and moral education. The fifth one is family reconstruction education. let me explain about our project. In the field of empowering women, we provide places to learn skills through vocational training schools so that women can gain financial strength and become financially independent. In case of Rwanda, Yes. In case of Rwanda, when we started our project, the country was devastated because of the genocide happened in 1994. 1 million people were killed in 3 months. We asked street children who were genocide orphans to come to school to get skills to be independent. Thousands of students graduated from our school and they could have jobs and families that they couldn't have imagined. Let me introduce an episode of the graduates from our vocational school in Rwanda. These 2 graduates were the orphans of Rwanda genocide. Their parents were killed in front of them and then they became street children. The principal of our school asked them to come to our school so that they can learn some skills in the school, and actually they could be able to get jobs. Due to the training, both of them could gain jobs, and eventually they have their own families, and they're very grateful for the education. So education is not only to gain skills and knowledge, but it gives hopes for those children. The second category is AIDS prevention education. This programs begin with having the right knowledge and morals. WFWP provides AIDS prevention education with moral education to stop spread of AIDS. In many countries, especially in developing countries, the numbers of AIDS-related deaths are quite high still. In order to protect the health and the lives of people, we have provided AIDS prevention education in mostly middle school and high school students in many countries. The third category is school management and construction. We also have foster parents program and scholarship. WFWP focus on educational support for children in developing countries. We hope those children can complete their studies to become people capable of contributing to society. We have foster parent and scholarship programs for children who are motivated to continue their studies but cannot afford to go to school due to their financial reasons. Okay, these are the photos of our school. We have constructed and managing many schools in different countries. Okay, let me explain how our foster parents program works. In case of Thailand, we have conducted foster parents program for children of Karen Mountain people. Current children have targeted to be the victims of terrible crimes. It's because they don't have legal identification and they don't speak Thai language. Children who were kidnapped get involved in drug crimes, sold to brothels, and even become victims of organ trades. In order to protect these children, we have provided various supports and education. First, we need to convince parents. It's because some parents don't want their children to go to school. Rather, they want their children to stay at home and help house chores. Parents who grew up without their education repeat in the integrational cycle of poverty because they don't understand the needs for education. So we ask local school teachers to go with us and convince those parents. Once we get the permissions from the parents, we match those children with foster parents in Japan and provide scholarship until they finish their schools. We also ask local government to provide temporary IDs so that these children can go to hospitals and get proof of existence. We also provide programs for foster parents and children to communicate with each other. Usually they exchange letters, but recently they use SNS to communicate more easily. This communication is very important. Foster parents mentally support their foster children for continue their studies. Sadly, as I told you before, many parents want their children to go back to the mountains to help household chores. 1/4 of foster children drop out from schooling. Naturally, that decision increases the risk of having involved in crimes. So for those current children, education is the deterrent to protect themselves from crimes. The fourth category, family reconstruction education. Women living in impoverished areas suffer from serious problems: domestic violence, family disunity, drug abuse, child abandonment, childbirth by unwed women, and so on. So we started educational programs to rebuild families for mothers. We hold lectures, meetings, how to restore husband and wife relation, and parents and child relations. In Peru, we have more than 90 family centers in impoverished areas, and we provide family reconstruction education. Here is the reflection from our participants. Mrs. Galvez participated our educational program, and she says, WFWP lectures helped me to understand how I should act and what I had to do as a wife and as a mother. When I started to put these lessons into practice, my relationship with my family and my son have improved. I was able to enjoy communication with my son. The lectures I received with my husband and my son about the family and the purity of love helped us much because I didn't know how to focus these themes with my teenage child. And I learned to be a better mother. I listen to what my son says and will not hit him anymore. When we started to talk more about the themes of the family and the purity of love, we all have changed month by month. Whenever the lecture came and gave us the talk, we changed. Now there is a lot of dialogue. My son returned home and now we are fine. Our relationship has changed from cries to a relationship with love and respect. I am happy because making efforts for love gives us happiness. So we have this kind of reflections from our participants. So actually this family reconstruction education works very well. So the local government of Peru asked us to have more family centers in Peru. Okay, lastly, I will introduce our educational projects in Japan. Okay, we have mother's class and reading books for children and abstinence education for teenagers. Reading books for children, we choose books. Let me see, okay. Okay, sorry. Reading books for children, we choose books that nurtures the emotions of children and train instructors and dispatch them to schools, local schools, and libraries. Abstinence and self-control education is for teenagers. Every year, we give this lecture about around 30,000 students. And due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we received more requests from local schools. In conclusion, our educational projects are not only problem solving, rather providing hopes for the future. Our educational programs not only provide knowledge and technology, but try to teach moral education so that they become peace-loving citizens to contribute to their society. Poverty and conflict are a major reason why children cannot go to school and get an education. It is our responsibility as Mothers Organization to bring peace in our family, society, and the world. Education certainly is the key to change people's lives. And WFWP Japan will continue doing this great project to help our children in the world. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, President Hori. I am just speechless. Just truly admire what WFWPI and what WFWP Japan has been doing throughout these years. There is a saying, if you want to walk fast, you walk alone. But if you want to walk far, you walk together. And I believe, you know, over the 30 years that WFWP has been established, has continued to connect with women all around the world and to just create chances for women to participate in volunteering work with a heart. And I think everything starts with we want to help. And that's just really touching. And it's all real life project, real life changing projects, which is very meaningful. And I believe under your leadership, all these projects are going very well, and there are many more. And I truly appreciate your time today to come here and share with us what you're doing. And I believe later on we'll have a question and answer session later on. So our attendees today, if you have any questions, please leave it in the chat box. We'll get back to those questions in a little bit. And I'm sure many of you will have questions to further to ask President Hori and to ask her about. I would like to ask about your vision, what's next, but I'll save that for later. Okay, thank you so much, President Hori. Thank you. Okay, I would like to introduce WFWP Taiwan because we have been established since 1992, and this will be our 10th board member. And I would like to just give some thanks to our previous presidents who had led us and who had guided and supported us. And President Zhang Boya and President Chen, and I joined when it was late President Lily Lin, when she was in the president's seat. I was just truly touched with what these outstanding women have established and have paved the road for us, or my generation and even the younger generation are able to participate and to join and to also be a part of this great work. And also our honorable President Usura Yu and our present President Grace Ho. These are all outstanding women. They sacrifice their time and their, not sacrifice, but they invest their time and resources. And also they are like glue, you know, they pull us together, they unite us. And I just, it is an honor to be a member of WFWP and also be a member of acting president of, vice president of this group. I like to share with you what we do in Taiwan. There are four committees that we are currently involved in, and these four committees are what the core of the program. So the first is youth leadership and empowerment. In this program, in this committee, we provide like AIDS prevention classes, tobacco and drugs prevention lessons, which we go to schools, and we communicate and we educate the youngsters. And the second is Women's Empowerment and Family Education Committee. And this we are promoting Happy Life Leader Training Program. And we would like these participants to be able to understand themselves better. And through understanding themselves better, they're able to walk out and walk out to this community and to service other people. So everything starts from within. So this is what this committee tries to do, is to facilitate women and to educate them, for them to be able to participate in community work. Third committee is Women Entrepreneurs for Education and Charity Committee. It's uniting all the women entrepreneurs worldwide, and we're hoping that we can run some program. Which one that we have done 3 years ago was a program for leadership program for young women. We had a presentation on March 16th, so we will provide the link in the chat. If you're interested, welcome to take a look at what we have done. 3 young women gave their presentation, and it was just rewarding to see how these young women are shining and being so active in the work that they do. They're in a NGO organization, and they're doing their part in creating a more unifying society. And it's just, if you have a chance, welcome to take a look at that. Last but not least, Happy Lifelong Learning Academy Committee, and this is fairly new, but it's servicing our elderlies, and it's really just building a loving home based on the ideas of comfort, self-compassion, happiness, and supporting one another. This is for the more senior group, but we found that these group of ladies, they're very keen to continue to learn, and that continuing to learn and that drive in them actually inspires us. So we will be sharing what we do in these 4 committees. So the first committee is Youth Leadership and Empowerment. And now I would like to introduce Professor TAIWAN. She's a professor at the department, servicing at the Department of Healthcare Administration in Asia University. And she's also the standing director for Women's Federation for World Peace Taiwan. Professor TAIWAN, the floor is yours.
Thank you, moderator Wayne. And sorry, I take some time to prepare my slide. I am TAIWAN. I teach at the Department of Health Care Administration, Asia University in Taiwan. I'm also the standing director, WFWP-TAIWAN. Today, I would like to share with you 2 health empowerment programs conducted by WFWP-TAIWAN in primary and middle schools. The first project is HIV prevention and anti-drug program. The second project is tobacco and betel nut chewing control program. Next slide, please. Huang Lu, next slide, please. This is the current status of HIV infections. The first case of HIV infection in Taiwan was reported in the year 1984. There were 1,356 new cases in the year 2020, with those infected due to unsafe sex accounting for 94% of all cases. A cumulative total of 41,000 infected patients were reported in the past 36 years. In terms of age grouping in 2020, 600 new infections are diagnosed in the 25 to 34 years old age group, accounting for 43% of new cases in the whole year. The second largest group is 315 people in the 15 to 24 years old age group, accounting for 23% of new cases of the year. Young people are the hope of Taiwan's future, and young people is the treasure of their parents in every family. Education, let everyone understand the severity of the disease and understand safe sex, avoid injecting drugs. It is an important way to prevent HIV infection. Next slide, please. Smoking rate among the junior high school. According to the Youth Tobacco Survey in Taiwan by the Health Promotion Administration, there are 53% of smoking teenagers in New Taipei City, whose first smoking age occurs at the age of 10 to 13. Recently, the smoking rate of junior high school students in New Taipei City has been the highest in the 2012, reached 8.7%. New Taipei City is a densely populated county in Taiwan, and the smoking rate is higher than that of other areas each year. Nowadays, it is full of the temptation of e-cigarettes. The use rate of e-cigarettes in the junior high school of New Taipei City is also higher than that of other areas in the country. Therefore, the school proposed that the issue of the impact of e-cigarette on health should be paid more attention to. Next slide, please. Chewing betel nut is a first-class carcinogen of oral cancer. According to the year 2018 Youth Tobacco Survey in Taiwan, the rate at which junior high school students chewing betel nut is 1.8%. It was found that nearly 60% of those students who chewing betel nut for the first time before the age of 11, they were influenced by the behavior of the adults in their family. Next slide, please. The table listing the top 10 causes of death in Taiwan in the year 2020. Long-term smoking and chewing of betel nut are prone to disease such as lung cancer and oral cancer, which rank first and sixth in the cause of death. Next slide, please. Therefore, WFWP-TAIWAN organized Youth Empowerment Committee since its inception in 1992 to assist the government in protecting the health of youth in the mood of mother. Since 1992, WFWP-TAIWAN has taken the initiative to promote social education on HIV/AIDS prevention and control. Since 2013, WFWP-TAIWAN began to cooperate with the New Taipei City government to promote health education program for HIV prevention and control in primary and middle schools. Since the year 2016, another health education program for tobacco and betel nut control has been added. The purpose of two programs is to help teenagers develop healthy attitude and behavior. These projects are related to SDGs 3rd, SDGs 4th, and SDGs 5. The HIV and AIDS prevention and the anti-drug project advocated all remote villages in Taiwan and New Taipei City, targeting students and adults from the remote rural communities. The tobacco and betel nut control plan advocated in New Taipei City, which targets students from primary school to junior high school. Through in-classroom speech and the mass media, these prevention issues were brought to the attention of young people and the public. Next slide, please. These two programs are executed in 5 steps. First, to develop teaching material for youth that focus on developing healthy attitude and behavior. Second, to train volunteer teachers to give induction speech to convey correct concept and attitude. Third, to interact with classmates in the classroom. It is easier to penetrate into the hearts of students. increase autonomy and ability to resist smoke, bitterness, drug, and sexual temptation. Fourth, to conduct statistics and review of the results. Fifth, to use mass media to the public so that the society can pay attention to the health of youth. Next slide, please. Here are some photos. These are photos of the volunteer teacher training. They studied very hard and tried to teach very carefully. Next slide, please. These are photos of the volunteer teachers giving a lecture in the classroom on campus. No matter how far away the school is and the number of students in the class, the volunteer teachers always work tirelessly to bring students rich and vivid speeches. Next slide, please. These are photos of community health education in remote village. Volunteer teachers advocated to the elderly to pay attention to the living habits and the condition of young people in their family. Next slide, please. This table funds the result of campus publicity. Its prevention and anti-drug project since the year 2013. Tobacco and Tobacco Control project since 2016. The two programs by 2021 cumulated advocacy of more than 23,000 classes. The number of students participate in more than 800,000. The number of training volunteer teachers accumulated about 2,400. Next slide, please. After years of health education, we are pleased to see the number of new HIV cases among young people has decreased year by year during 2016 to 2020. Next slide, please. In such an advocacy process, we have received a lot of feedback from students, parents, volunteer teachers. Everyone has different feelings and gains. Such as some students begin to know how to prevent HIV infection and also try to persuade their fathers to quit smoking. Although they did not succeed, but they would not be disappointed. Next slide, please. Some volunteer teachers travel thousands of miles to teach students in remote areas. Although it is hard work, but they feel very meaningful. Time is valuable in influencing the health of young people. Next slide, please. This is my conclusion. Education a child requires the strength of the entire community. The project that WFWP Taiwan are implementing, such as AIDS prevention, anti-drug, tobacco, and betel control, have impacted the students, their family, and their community. Women NGOs can assist the government to protect the health of youth through education. Next slide, please. Thank you for your attention. These beautiful photos are the school I serve, Asia University in Taichung, Taiwan. Welcome to visit here. This is my email. If have any question, welcome to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dai. Thank you for your presentation. I think prevention is important because it could be done through education, and that's what this committee is doing. Help adolescents develop healthy attitudes and behaviors. It was also really great to see that the HIV infected cases has dropped yearly, and that all the hard work has paid off, and that really deserves a big congratulations. And I think we could continue to serve the community and to educate the younger children and students to understand how these tobaccos and these betel nuts, how harmful they are to your health and to the environment as well. Thank you for your presentation. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Next, I would like to present the topic on Women and Family Empowerment Community Service. I am Winnie Chow, and I'm right now the Vice President of WFWP Taiwan, and I'm also the CEO of Kumon Education in Taiwan. I'd like to share with you what we do. Oh, sorry, apologies. Oh, let me just share my slides. I would like to share with you on the content of our program, and this committee is the second committee that was set up to service particularly the female family part. Okay. It was founded in 2019, and we started the program in 2015. We're wishing to promote SDG of 3, 4, 5, 12, and 13, and also UN Women's Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW. There are 3 objectives for this program. One is to improve women's wellness through promoting lifelong learning to build a happy home. Second, to promote gender equality and improvement of one's family status. And last but not least, to utilize community resources to expand on one's social network. So please allow me to introduce what we do within this committee. There is a program that we promote, and there are 4 stages within this program. The first stage is the fundamental foundation courses. When these women come to join our program, we allow them to participate in these fundamental courses. They learn about the attitude towards a happy life, and they learn about how to love themselves. The second would be going into the leadership courses, and that is to learn how to be a team member and to also learn to lead. So, to be able to be led and to lead, there are 2 different qualities and skill set. So we would like to allow these women to first understand themselves and then to learn how to be led and then to lead. The third stage would be to apply these acquired skills through workshops. And that is, again, to train them to be more comfortable at these skills and to be able to give, to give to others, to lead others. And last but not least, we create opportunities for these women to go into the community service projects, to be hands-on, to be active in these community services. So under the stage 1 foundation courses, there are 12 sessions. So they learn about like the attitudes. So these 12 sections are broken into very small topics. Through small topics, they meet up and they talk about it, they reflect. And I think mostly it's how to love yourself and others. But when I say but, it's because you have to learn to love yourself before you can love others. So, but through this process, a lot of women, they cry, they share their emotions, they're just very open with each other. And I think this committee and the programs, they provide a safe environment for these women to feel at ease, to open up. Which they might not have that comfort and that security at home or elsewhere. So once they have completed these 12 sessions, they go into the leadership course. And that is under these leadership course, there are 3 stages. So for beginners, advanced, and expert, you could see there altogether 17 sessions, again, broken down into very small topics where they could role play, they could interact, they could ask questions, they could just continue to solidify their skills and to be comfortable at what they're presenting, because they have to believe what they're doing, they have to believe what they're saying before they could really make it effective. So this leadership courses under these sessions is a chance for them to apply those skills and to further enhance those knowledge. Stage 3 is workshop. Again, 13 sessions. So you might think, how many sessions do I have to go through before I can go into community work? I have to say, a lot of these women have been in servicing their families all their lives, and they have not had the chance to get out of their family environment, to be able to interact with people in another manner. So it takes some time for them to open up, to be able to trust other people. So these are the things that our volunteers share with us. The most difficult thing is to have these women trust us. And having that trust, they're able to just warm up and slowly willing to open up. And when they start opening up, that's where you see a lot of great qualities coming out of these beautiful women. They just have so much to offer, and they just lack the chance. They just lack the opportunity to demonstrate their skills and their passion and their love. So stage 1, 2, 3, until this workshop stage, we're building these women up, developing them, allowing them to be confident and be comfortable, be able to just be themselves. And last but not least, we create a lot of opportunities for these trained women, leaders, volunteers to go into communities and service other people. So from stage 1 to stage 4, it is a long process. Throughout these process, we see a lot of women, they open up, but they might become withdrawn again because of some incidents. So our volunteers actually spent a lot of time with many of these women, just trying to coach them, even like one-on-one, like in group sessions, just to get them back on their feet, just to build that confidence up in them and allow them to walk, to get into the society, back into the society. And that's what we want to do. to facilitate them, to enable them to be a complete person. So the community service, we would like to see how these women could influence other lives through their personal experiences, to share their stories, to make a difference. So you see, like after they receive the program, they have joined the program, they're able to give. So it's like, you know, receiving and giving, that's a very nice positive cycle that we're creating. And what, you know, accepting is one thing, but we're saying you're more lucky in some terms that you're able to give. When you're able to give, that means you're probably more grounded, you're probably more confident and able. That ability, I think it's what we're looking for, trying to give. But we cannot give, but we could just develop, we could just have these programs to allow women to come in and join us and to walk the path. Along the path, we provide security, we provide support, we provide resources for them to grow themselves, to develop themselves. So these are the 4 stages within the program that we do. And these are the achievements of what this committee has achieved. They have 36 volunteers to lead the program, 211 community services. The community services are in the increase because a lot of good work's been done. So different communities, they hear about us, and then they would come and invite us to go to their community and to service their residents. So again, it's a very positive cycle that we're creating, and we show these members that if you're willing to, you are able to. You know, it's just that willingness, but that willingness takes some courage. That willingness needs some support from others, like just to, you know, continue to hold their hands, to continue to walk forward. So I think we have reached out to 3,485 people, and we will continue to service and to provide this program, and hopefully more women will join us and to be able to participate in this program, and hopefully they become themselves to be able to serve others. And we would definitely love to see more and more people joining and more volunteers. So when our members, these women have completed stage 4, they could again become teachers. They could be the volunteers that facilitate the program. So it is also like a training program for our future volunteers to lead the program. And so these are the feedbacks we got from our volunteers and our participants. So one says, this program has taught me how to appreciate myself and to resolve conflict from expressing. So a lot of women needs to learn how to communicate. Maybe things that we take for granted because maybe we have been in the workforce, maybe we have been actively involved in community work, but a lot of these things that we probably take it for granted, they need help with. So like the other one, she said, it's such a wonderful feeling to be able to share feelings with other people who are here with the same goals. And that was what I was saying, you know, they're able to feel secured. So if we provide a secured environment where women come, they feel comfortable, they trust us, and they trust the partners, the people within that group, they're more willing to open up. And I think often women suffer because they don't know who to talk to, who to share their problems to. They don't know how to tackle their issues. They felt very alone. So feeling alone, that isolation is very dangerous. So I believe our program provide that structured environment, and that structured program allows people to just walk the path. And as they walk it, they are able to see how wonderful they are and how strong they are, and then they build that confidence in themselves. And a lot of these women who participated started their own business. They became so confident that say, hey, I have a passion, I found it, I want to proceed. So we actually saw some pretty good results in terms of that. So it is really beautiful to see how they have received it. Okay, so these are the feedbacks that we have received. Of course, there are challenges of the program. One of them is because a lack of confidence, women still frequently decline opportunities to not only advance themselves, but interact with the community members. This is a serious problem because they are so disconnected with themselves. They see very low of themselves. They are unwilling or they are unable to give us her hand and to allow us to grab her hand and to pull her out of her zone. So that is one of the challenges that we face, and we would like to consult professors and teachers and psychiatrists and psychologists to just give us more training, and maybe we in the future will bring them in to also facilitate programs to be able to understand each members better, so we could help them more directly and more helpful to their needs. Second challenge would be participating in a group may be a challenge for them because of their personalities and trust issues. So you might think I'm going back and forth, like talking about the same thing, but that's probably the core that's the core issue, the core challenge that we are experiencing and seeing. So that's something that we need to concentrate in understanding how to resolve this challenge and how to improve and move forward. Last but not least, most of the members drop out of the program due to the restrictions on their time to volunteer and their family commitments. Again, women are that family provider. They're expected to be there when needed. So a lot of women's time are broken up into pieces, into very small segmentations. So they are unable to finish the course. So it's a shame that they cannot be independent of their time, and they cannot have control of their own resources. So that's something that we're encountering. We're finding that a lot of women in Taiwan are facing. So these are the challenges of the program, but I believe once we know what the challenges are and what the issues are, we're able to tackle them each by one. So I don't see that as a stop for us to continue to move forward, but it allows us to investigate further and to further improve our program in terms of how to really help each and every one of the participants. And our goals for 2022, one is to expand to 2 new districts in New Taipei City and to expand to 1 new city. So we're hoping to continue to expand and to service other community members. So these 2 will be our goals for 2022. And lastly, we believe enabling yourself to continue to learn to serve through love. And I like to thank all our volunteers. They are heroes behind the scene. It's just a lot of hard work. They spend time with these women. They feel what they feel. It's just, with love. Just like President Hori was saying, you were all in tears, we're with you. You went through that, and you've gone through the program, you've seen what's happening, and really being able to do something to help. I think that's what brings value to us as volunteers, as members of these NGO organizations, we feel proud to be a member of. And yeah, that concludes my presentation, and hopefully we'll have more time to communicate each of our programs later on. Okay, and this will conclude my presentation. Thank you. Thank you. And next, I would like to introduce Miss Caroline Zhou. Caroline, she's the CEO of Silver Seed Guardian Company, and she's the director of Women Federation for World Peace Taiwan. She will be sharing with us on the topic of education, charity, network, and international affairs. Caroline, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Winnie, and thank you for President Hori and Dr. Professor Wang and Professor Dai and all the audience online. I'm Caroline Zhou. It's my honor to be here to present to you what we have done in our Group 3. So this program is called WFWP-TAIWAN Leadership Program for Young Women. As you see, now I'm going to present to you the detail of this program. Actually, we started this program and we discussed this program as a beginning from the thoughts initiated from our previous president, Lily Ling. And she called us, she asked us to together at 2018, December 3rd, and to see what can we do for for Taiwan, and what can we do for WFWP Taiwan, and what can we do for the women. So when we together, we are thinking what for the future, can we do what? And we are thinking, can we do something for the young lady and ask them to be the future lady? What can we support them to be the future lady? So that's where we have the three concepts in this program. It's young lady, young women is the key. And we also mingle with the SDG 17, because as everybody knows, but before 2013, the UN Women is calling the very focus on the SDG 17. And also the third element we want to add is, can we support them to go to UNCSW 2020 for the presentation? So that's why we organized together and we set up a team, the committee, and called this team a Global Women Entrepreneur Peace Alliance. And the short name is GWEPA. And the leader, the convener for this committee will be our lovely Winnie Zhao, and she actually done a lot for this program. And also the sole women is Professor Wang Lirong, because she educated a lot, advocated a lot for those women, spent a lot of time for them. So I would like to say thank you for two of them, and also to our previous president, Lily Lee, to have this concept. As you know, we don't have any resources before we have done this. So we just have the passion and have the vision, then we start to do that. The goal we want to do is we want to empower our young women in Taiwan. So so let me introduce a little bit about background of this program. What the program is going from the seed and from the one we have seen right now. So we want to cultivate our young women, enhance them in the international vision and global citizen with the international participation. So we want them go out Taiwan and present as a representative of us to Taiwan. Okay, so the goals for this program is we want to open the young women's awareness of the international women's issue. And the second one, we want them to build the influence in the young women's communication skill and and also the commitment to us, and also promote the international participation. And the fourth one is to build a network of the young women in locally and internationally. So this is the four goal we want to achieve. And for this program, because as I said before, we don't have any resources, we don't have money, we don't have instrument, we don't have the place. So we have the following sponsors to us to complete the program right now. So we have to very thank you Cai Xuanyi Culture Foundation and the Gongwen Education and Cultural Foundation. And third one is Business Professional Women's Club, Taipei Tianyuan Club. And the fourth one is 101 Women's Entrepreneur Associations. And all the sponsors are our members of WFWP-TAIWAN GWEPA. So we actually very thank you for organization to support us a lot in this program. So now I'm going to explain what we have done in this program. The program I'm going to present is from 2019 to 2021. And in the 2019, the workflow for this program is we have done the briefing for this program, and we set this form, and we announce in our several websites, especially the universities. And also we ask them to do the enrollment to this program. And so at the beginning, we select 10 students to this program, and we divide them to the 5 groups, because we hope when they go out to the UNCSW, they can support each other. So we ask them to, as a group, to do the following training and the presentation. And during the training, we have done the fundamental training and also the second stage training. And later on, I will talk a little bit about what the content we have done in this training. And after the training, we will do the interview. Before the interview, we'll do the accreditation. And after that, we will do the interview. And so we select the 2 group, totally 4 students, and they committed to for this program. And we also admitted them to give them the grant to attend the UNCSW 2020. Okay, so but because of the COVID-19, the UNCSW meeting 2020 is canceled. So we decided to postpone their qualification to 2021. Now I'm going to explain to you what's the qualification we have in this program we need. The range of the age is 20 to 35, and also we ask them can have the ability in English. So we ask them to can pass the GEPT English test, and ask the level from the middle to high level. And also we ask them to pass the college or university qualification. And also for the working lady is welcome to join this program. And for the ability and the personality, we hope then can have the curiosity for the world and for the civil societies, and also have the observation ability to see the details and the differentiation between the worlds. And also we ask them can have the fluent speaking and writing and the presentation skill in English, and with the international department and the organizational operational capability, and also have the social responsibility and awareness of the public interest. That's why between the training, among the training, we also ask them to do some social event. They can initiate any kind of social event and to contribute to the society. And the fourth ability, we hope they can have a broad interest in public and economic, social, artistic area, artistic area. And the fifth one is they can be the coordinator or bridge to do the cross-cultural communication. And the sixth one, we hope they can have the creativity, flexibility, and to the conversation and to all the interest topic they would like. And the last one is the ability to the integration, create, and the building the companionship for the societies. Those are the qualification we hope the people we are recruit in this program, and we are trying to follow this qualification and the requirement to do our recruitment. And here is the pictures I would like to show you. This is the briefings we have done in the May 25th, and lots of young ladies attend, and our leader, our committee convener, Winnie, also do the briefing to the students, and also our secretary Lin Shuhui have done the very detailed briefing what we were going to do in this program for the future, and they also have some sharing during the briefing and questioning. So afterwards, we start to do the training. So the main four courses of this training program is the following four. One is about the UNCSW and the UN Women knowledge. So it's about the SDG and the CSW 64. We also briefing that a lot. And the second one is the knowledge and the skill training. During this training, we will do the presentation skill training, communication skill training, marketing training, fund training, fundraising training, and international culture exchange training, formal language internationally training, and how to go to the website, how to conduct the website marketing, and the video shooting, etc. So we train a lot and hope they can have the full function and the more aspects during once they complete the training. The third one is the experience sharing. This is a very wonderful training during the four courses, the four parts, because we ask the previous attendee to the UNCSW alumni, they can go back to us and then do their sharing. So during this training, they share a lot. For example, they know how to buy the budgeting air flight tickets, and how can they place their accommodation, what's the expense, and how can they attend the UNCSW meeting as many as possible, the scaling, the structure and the schedule, how can they scheduling their time. So that's a very cherished training from their previous attendee. And also we are doing the mentoring and ongoing counseling in this program. I think we are not doing the program just for one-time sharing. So we during this past 2 years, we also have the mentoring skill and ongoing counseling to make them become better and growth after the training. So this is the four main the four focus we are doing in this program. So I'll show you some pictures during this training. This is the fundamental training we are doing in the 2019 August 24th, and the 25th is 2 days training. And Professor Wang Lilong did a lot of knowledge training during this period, and also asked them to do the fourth scope of the presentation. They have to choose their topic that they want to present when they are doing the interview. So professor guide them and also give them a lot of ideas about their presentation during this period. And also they will have the first stage, a short presentation. When they have done, they'll go to the stage, and the professor also guide them, give them some advice, what can they do the amendment, and what they can add when they are doing before they are doing the interviewing. Okay, and this is the second stage training, is more about the knowledge and the skill training. So we have a lot different kind of training, and you can see, I personally was the trainer during this program, to the fund training, marketing training, communicational training during this program. And also we invite one very senior lady who is very famous in Taiwan to do the international English training, okay, to let them have the more knowledge about that. And for the right hand side on the top is the video shooting training, you can see. So that's the training we are doing in the second stage. Okay. And afterwards, they are doing the interview. So they go to the WFWP-TAIWAN office to do the interview. They present their presentation and different angles. And also we have some scoring skill to do this stage. And I think they have some obligations when they go to the program. So before and during the period and after the period, before they go to the UNCSW, we hope they can participate in the training courses, and also join the training courses organized by the union, and also join the membership of the UN members. So before we hope they can do that. And during the period when they go to UNCSW, we hope they can collect information on countries promoting gender equality and the women's rights and interests. And also the second one is strengthen exchanges and the interactions with members of various countries and topic links, and participate in relevant of organizational activities. And the third one, we hope they can cooperate with various divisions and labor and attend the commonly itinerary. Okay, this is the one we hope they can do during the UNCSW. And after the UNCSW, we hope they can contribute a little more. So we ask them to do the 4,000 to 5,000 words documents writing and the reports their overseas experience within the 3 weeks when they are in the New York, and after the end of the meeting. And also we hope they can share the experience of the training plan and the alternative year after attending the meeting, continuous interaction with intimacy with the affiliate INGO. So that's the things we hope they are not only for the training, they can also do some contribution to the place they belongs to. So that's the things we want them to do. But it's a pity the UNCSW 64 is cancelled. So we still keep their qualification to the next term. That's the things we promised to them. And then we still have the ongoing training, ongoing counseling, and the mentoring to them to them grows better and better. So afterwards, we still give them the platform to do their presentation, to continue. They can to be the role model for the young society. So we actually have the presentation they have done in the August of 29th, 2020 for WFWP Taiwan conduct the Female Power Inheritance Seminar. So during that, the second section, Win-Win Family Friendly Programs, Economically Empowering Women Through Workplace, the speaker, Zhini Liao and Han Ruyu, they all our young lady training program. They come from the young lady training programs. So they have done their first speech presentation in a very big platform. During this seminar, I remember around 20 members attend that, 200 members attend that seminar. So it's quite big, and they also can have the very good presentation during this seminar. And also our committee member and the convener, Winnie Zhao, also did the moderator, and also our speaker, Professor Wang, do this speech, promoting gender equality through gender equality seal program. We think we cannot only ask our young lady to do, we also set us as an example, to be a good example. And also, so every seminar we will also has another one for the senior committee member to demonstrate to them. We hope they can have they will be the lead and leaders in the future. Okay, the second one is in the March 2021, because you know UNCSW 65 also be the online payroll. So we conduct one payroll online for them. It's a work and family balance in the workplace under COVID-19. So Annie Liao and Han Ruyu also joined this program and have their second time the presentation. So this is a platform we gave to them. And also the fourth one is the women, the game changer, is we just done in the March 15. So you can go back to the link to see they have the very wonderful presentation from our three young lady. They did a lot. They actually show their progress in the past 2 years. So we are very proud of them. And also this one you have done is a demonstration from the senior members. We hope that we can let them know we are not asking them, we also done by ourselves. So the game and the learning from the program for the young lady, they said they can raising the awareness of the gender issue, and that together we can change the game to the women. This is the thinking there after the training, and they think they be a part of UNCSW, and also caring about cultural issue and cultural diversity, and meeting other young women, relationship building and learning the experience from the senior, sharing their learning and contribute more to their personal field. And for the senior members, our committee members, we have also some game from and learning from the program that we think after the training, those young ladies can contribute their knowledge and skill in their work and field. And also they can open we can open a platform for them. And also we are very proud of them and seeing the growth of the young ladies. Actually very important, we seeing the hope and future for the country. And we think they are real role models for the young ladies. And also they can standing out for Taiwan. This is the gain and learning we are thinking. And as the conclusion, I would like to show you two pictures. One is from the Malala, and Malala said, "One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world." So you can see the education is very important to our next generation. And the second one I would like to show you from Jane Goodwill is what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what difference you want to make. And this is the thing we also want to put the seed to our young lady. They are doing the different, and they are doing the great things. They can be a role model for the young ladies. That's a presentation for today. Very thank you for your listening and watching. Thank you. Back to you, Winnie.
Thank you, Carolyn. Carolyn's been so active in our WFWP Taiwan, all the committees. She's been very actively involved, and she's a teacher herself, a consultant. So, a lot of programs she's able to facilitate. So thank you, Carolyn, for your presentation and sharing of what we're doing in Committee 3 in terms of GWEPA and how we created the program to train young women to become leaders. Yeah, again, I would like to share with you the on March 16th, we have done the a panel session, and we will provide the link for all of you if you weren't able to join us that day. That was truly a very well presented presentation by these 3 young women, and of course by our Professor Wang, who have constructed and improved our program for 2022 to 23. She's our guidance, and she's our teacher. She continues to guide us and provide us, and making sure that we deliver good quality programs for our young ladies and not waste their time, but allow them to develop and grow and to see how they could shine. And we are truly proud of these young ladies. So without further ado, I would love to introduce our one and only Professor Wang Lirong. She's a brain behind our 3rd committee, and of course our 4th committee. This committee, we will be sharing about the Happy Life, the Active Aging Academy. This is a really, I would say, cool committee. It has a lot of different programs in there and all. I will not waste any more time. She's the professor of Department of Social Work at National Taiwan University, and she's the standing director of WFWP Taiwan. Professor Wang, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Winnie. Hello, everyone. This is a long session, sorry about that. But fortunately, you can see something which is unique in WFP Taiwan has done for the elderly women, all the women who are aging in the age of aging. And I'm going to show you our 4th committee has planned and done something for the aging woman. My topic is aging justice through healthy aging education. So this is the session talking about education. And I only pick up a little bit about our academy. I call it Mindful Aging Program. We may have other programs, but I only pick up which we have some focus for our program. Maybe we can call this is educational program, but more than that, so I use the words mindful aging program. So we can change it later, but this is something I use here. And this is a unique example taken from WFWP Taiwan. We are honored to have all the board members making effort on this program, although just only 1.5 years. So this is something I want to share to you. Thank you. Next, please. And this presentation will compose of 3 parts. First part is motives of aging education program, particularly for the woman. And second part is program design for healthy aging, because we have changing some idea because of WHO has a different thinking in terms of aging policy for the world. And the third part, I'm going to talk about what is program impact from our current program, what called the Mindful Aging program. Next, please. Go to the first part, motives of aging educational program. I'll make a very short introduction about why we need this program, and it is quite new. I say this is only about 1.5 years ago at the stage of pandemic, and we have something done. We got something done for our club in a group, or even we open to the public to have an audience join us, to have any community participants join us. Next, please. And pick up this kind of idea. In fact, we use WHO thinking about aging and health. So, well, this is the not new information. All the data already shows that the world population has moving toward aging, and all the burden of caring aging population is not new, but it's a big challenge for any society, particularly in Asia like Japan, Taiwan, Korea. And that's why in Taiwan, we already see the aged woman has been the major part we need to pay attention to, because the gender inequality in the previous time, and most of women in our society aging from like 60 something to 80 something suffered because of gender discrimination. So at their age of like over 60 or a little bit less than 60, we need to pay more attention to their need after this kind of society change. So that's why we say this is a big issue in our club. We need to pick up kind of a program, help our club member first. Next, please. And as you might know, our WFWP Taiwan is highly committed to the kind of UN policy or WFWP International. So when we just start thinking about healthy aging, we saw that our WFWP Taiwan highly affiliated to the WFWP International commitment under UN consultative status. So we need to do something which affiliate to UN, also affiliate to our WFWP Taiwan's task. So as you have heard, our organization WFWP Taiwan has done a lot, from the youth to the Liana to the aging female as well. So this is something we have to think about based on the UN Healthy Aging concern. That's the one start I call it adventure culture, which is so caring and which is so family-based, which is focus on love as our culture of WFWP Taiwan. So we have to think about the aging population and aging female membership, how we can help them to gain something from our help. Next, please. And as you have heard a lot, WFWP Taiwan has built up under actually 4 pillars of mission, but we have an open one is others. And the first one is for teens. Second one is for the woman at the age of like middle age. And the third one is for the woman at the aging stage. And then as you have heard, Carol presented a lot. We need to help young women who are the new generation and they are our hope. So we need to empower young women as a new generation to help to build a new society for the future. So we have put a lot of effort on the young women empowerment program. So this is something under our pillar thinking of mission of WFP Taiwan. And you can see this is our we call diamond structure for our mission of WFP Taiwan. And we are happy to know most of our board members working very hard in this different area. And particularly, we have to thank to our staff like Shu Hui and Fang Ru and others, make this diamond possible and visible and very outstanding in our society. Next, please. And since we are going to care about our aging programs, so we need to kind of international thinking. So we find out that this is a great link with the UN Decade of Healthy Aging. In the beginning, when we start our program, we always think of active aging, successful aging, and aging in the place. Yes, those are the concepts done by developed by WHO. But since the 020 December, there's a new concept done by UN called Decade of Healthy Aging. So that's why we say, oh, can we have a better concern for about female aging program, which we can see our program is aligned with the UN Decade of Healthy Aging. So we highly emphasize on the healthy aging in last courses, last few sessions of a program, or last classes in our program. So healthy aging has been the main concept of recent course prepared for our participants. And also many people thinking about mindful aging. So our group is quite different because many people who join our program has a unique of needs to prepare themselves to be the person who need to be cared emotionally, psychologically, and developing their strength to face those difficult issues. And also we saw a lot of women are facing very difficult time in their early life. So we also built out the program we called Resilience Aging Concern. So in our program, we call our program is very unique. We're thinking about healthy aging, but we also expect something differently for our members or entity to join us. This is something we call UN Decade Healthy Aging as well. But anyway, this is something we just work out. We might use active aging, we might use a successful aging, we might use aging in the place, but something more positively we call cool aging, mindful aging, or resilient aging. And our program can be very different from others kind of aging program. Next, please. And maybe in the future, we can see all in one village, just like in Singapore. And this is our dream. But before that, we should do something. Now we cannot wait. And this is the idea, if we can move to this kind of aging-friendly housing in the future. And it's kind of dream for us, but we cannot wait. So that's why we start our educational program for our aging women in our group, particularly. Next, please. And now I'm going to move to the second part called Program Design for Healthy Aging in our program. Next, please. And this program, we start thinking about what is the need our members of the WFWP in Taiwan. And our Secretary General Shu Hui has done a lot of survey. What is the need from our member first? So problem defined is to go first. We call the need assessment. Then we doing kind of organizational values and policy analysis. We wish more of the people can help. How is the main purpose of this program? We need to pursue. And then we develop the programs that you know later. the programs will be based on our values and our needs assessment to see what is need our inner group or from community as well, or how to separate our program differently from the others program in our community. And finally, we did a very good job in service delivery mechanism, and happily when you help us to find the place, the office or the place for our program delivery. And this is something very important because the attendee need a kind of belongingness of participating in this program. So I call this as PPT is when we design the policy and delivery the program and help our program happen. So from the problem define and do our organization policy and then design the programs. And finally, we deliver our services through the kind of mechanism defined or located in the building or in any place. And that's the way we do this program. I call PPPS model. Next, please. And when we start thinking about what is courses we need, yes, there's a lot of definition about the healthy aging. Healthy aging can be carried out in the park or recreation. So there's a survey very interesting. Whenever you do this healthy aging outside the home or outside the house, you can see this is the most popular. So exercise classes, just we have done from our survey, which is so popular exercise. Then we also have like class done in outside, that's called the art and craft program. Then we have field trip and also find out it's this great opportunity for the people in the creation. So this is something which is very interesting and people would like to have. Next, please. Although we have kind of thinking, but still we need to work out. So this is the first try experimental program done in the 0-20 October. This is very beginning, but very successful because people love our program. Next, please. And in the beginning, we highly emphasize on 3 parts: diet and social activity and exercise. But we don't think about, we haven't think more to the journey of productive pursuits yet. But anyway, this is a healthy aging start, focusing on 3 parts: diet, social activity, and exercise. And now those are very popular classes done by diet program, done by social activity, or done by exercise concern. Next, please. But in our program, we also expect not only functional ability building, but also we have to help the woman think about what is intrinsic capacity building. That means the strength building in your mind. So we're working very hard in this area, and thanks God we have a member from our WFP Taiwan who is the counselor and doing very well in this part. Next, please. And also we find out that healthy aging include a lot. So just let you know, our program already covered what the academic side have thought. Next, please. And this is something just let you know. Yes, this is the program in the beginning, always given to the audience what is the whole picture about the aging, and mindset is crucial for the people who might need something to do their exercise, to do their social activity, to do their diet, because some inner stress is much important for their behavior. Next, please. And yes, this is something we have seen. So our program is highly related to the SDG. Next, please. Now I'm going to give a little bit time talking about impact the mindful aging program. Next, please. This program is built up only a few 1.5 years, but I have seen several parts from this program. First one is human capital through educational skill training, and our members know something from in terms of human capital. And second part is financial capital. That means financial management through something, but this is not yet. We haven't touched this part yet. Maybe next time, next session of the program. Then social capital, yes, we can see a lot of feedback, very happily join the program, saying that, well, as long as they have a chance to know each other, this is a great program, and through the exercise, through social activity, and they build up social capital. And finally, certainly, yes, most of people join this program feel that their exercise program and the exercise program build up their physical capital. Thanks. Next. This is the first part we call influence. The second part is kind of a generation care. Our program has been done by next generation, done by our members. And this is unique because we see generational care, and the young generation will help the older generation to help this program. Next, please. And yes, I also saw the program has little bit impact from zero implementation. This is hard to say, but next time we are going to evaluate how much kind of sustainable equality has been done, and there's no. Is there any non-discrimination idea has been implemented in our program? And I also expect the state can do more about a woman-centered approach of aging program. Next, please. And to conclude, yes, we want our program can build up the future with the social sustainability. Sorry, this is some words. And we wish our program can make more women who are in the age and can have a social inclusion, so can get some social inclusion and get high quality of social life, and also can get some special concern about the gender equality issue in their home or in their families, and hopefully we can build up their socio-economic empowerment program, empowered. So this is something we expect called social stability. Next, please. And since our program, as mentioned, were built up by diet, social activities, and exercise, this is something very famous professor joined us to deliver their speech and their work. Next, please. And this is something, next, please. Okay, I think I've done this. And unique speech has been done by previous, we call it the 卫生福利部 Health and Welfare Minister. Next, please. And not the last one, but we wish you can see this is a crucial, important, and very crucial one picture that how we can build up a very inclusive program for our members of WFWP, simply because we can get all the people together one time and next time and then next time. Next, please. And as I mentioned before, leisure activity is one of the purpose. And thank you, Gui Ying has done for us. Next, please. And this is something so attractive. Diet program, exercise program, and which all are attractive to the members of the participant. Next, please. And although sometimes we cannot get together, but still online program is so attractive as well and very successful as well. Next, please. Yeah, this is some benefit or attentive from this program, but I don't think I have time to go through detail. Next, please. I just want to say one word. This program is quite new and it's just like baby in our organization, and hopefully we can increase our capacity to help more women in our society, particularly for who are the age moving toward the 60 something or 80 something. Next, thank you for your listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Wong.
Yes.
For your presentation. I really apologize. We're running out of time. Can I please go back to President Hori? I have two questions to ask. I'm so sorry without much time for you to share, but what is the biggest challenge for continuing your program? And what would recruiting younger members be one of the challenges? So could you share with that? And what values and rewards do your members treasure being active in your program? So maybe you could talk about it and also give your ending remarks, closing remarks as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Chow, for very fundamental questions for our projects. The first question, maybe the answer, I have two big challenges. One is financing, because how to secure sustainable funds to support our project, that's very crucial. So we ask, of course, we use our membership fees, but that's not enough. So we ask all the chapters to have charity events to make funds for our project. The another one is how to secure human resources that you mentioned. And our volunteers are getting old. So twice a year, we have youth volunteer activities, so that we ask young volunteers to go to developing countries with us, so that they can actually experience how we've been doing our project. And from them, we try to recruit as our volunteers. So those two are the biggest challenge that we are facing. And also you asked me about the values and rewards that for our members. One thing is we think our organization as mother's organization. We try to provide unconditional love, because all human beings are families, so that we cannot ignore the people who are suffering. So I think Japanese women are not have a higher status in Japan, so but when they go out, and serving, children and women in developing countries, they are so great. I don't know, they have they can get more confidence, and I think they are the helpful to someone. That's the value that we share, and they're grateful for it. So I guess self-confidence is the rewards for our activities. And okay, for the closing remarks, I was so impressed by your activities. So systematic, so professional. And so I wish we can work together with WFWP-TAIWAN in near future. And I took photos of all your PPT so that I can learn from it. And thank you so much for inviting me to this wonderful event. And I think education is the powerful key to give hopes for the future, especially for the children and women in developing countries. So we will continue to do our work, and hopefully we can bring a peaceful world. I know we're facing so much difficulties, but I strongly believe we can, change this world with the power of women. So thank you so much again for inviting me this this wonderful event. Thank you. 谢谢.
Thank you, President Hori. Thank you so much. Your leadership and just your presence, it gives it makes people feel very secured and just want to, follow. I believe this is what we're about, getting everyone together and do and invest what we could to make things happen. On behalf of WFWP Taiwan, I would like to thank all the attendees today, spending 2 hours with us, understanding what WFWPI and WFWP Japan and what WFWP Taiwan, what we're doing. I think there's a common theme there. That is, we volunteer, we implement projects, programs with our heart. We truly want to help. And we have resources like Professor Dai. She's the brain behind Committee 1 and Committee 2. She's so humble, but yet she's always guiding us, just like Professor Wang guides us through Committee 3 and Committee 4's programs. We're very fortunate. And I think Caroline and myself, we're kind of like the middle generation. So we have our senior generation guiding us, leading us, and then we're the middle generation trying to invite younger generation in. So it's beautiful to see we have different generation women working together, and we have the same passion. We share the same love for world peace and the well-being of human beings. So that's why we're together. We're here totally, like, wholeheartedly, and I believe we can walk very far together, hand in hand. Today, I would like to thank again my dearest panelists. Thank you for attending this panel session, and thank you all the attendees. Thank you for joining us, and please leave your comments in the chat box. We will get back to you. I truly apologize. We don't have any more time for this session, but let's conclude with the photo shot. So please turn on, let's do a heart.
Thank you, Winning.
Yeah. With all our hearts to the world. Great, wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful one. Have a safe one. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
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 Sorry, when are you going?